Hey everybody, we're back. Driz Mujitano, who beat me in the last game, actually invited me to a new game, so we'll see how this actually goes. Maybe I can defend against it. I got the Europeans. So this is right after that previous video that you watched. Jesus Christ. You can play blockade and get rid of socialist governments at least. We know that that's a possibility. Yeah, so the last game he kind of annihilated me by doing this like blitzkrieg thing into Europe, which was shockingly effective. So, I mean, we're gonna do the same thing. He doesn't have socialist governments this time. We have... Should I just get rid of the European scoring at this point? I think I should. Because we're up, he did the thing of not taking Poland. We'll see how it goes. He can't defector me. I can get rid of blockade and socialist governments. Middle East. So we'll see. Well, maybe I'll try. I'll decolonization. Interesting. Into Asia, I'd assume. See what he does. He didn't talk. He didn't say anything about that last game. So we'll get a quick couple points out of European scoring. If he goes into Thailand, we'll just coup him out, I suppose. Yeah, I think so. Right? You just coup hard in Thailand and see what happens. Coup with nuclear test ban. We'll see though. He's a tricksy player. I don't know. Come on, dude. All right. So anyway, other than that, anything new in Twilight Struggle? Oh, I guess I'll mention again. I'm doing the half-hour games because I like the pacing a little bit more, even though I seem to play a lot worse. But that's the trade-off. And no, I will not go back to an hour. I probably will go back to an hour at some point, but for the games I play where I don't record them, I'd prefer the hour, but with the half-hour thing, so what the fuck is he doing? With the half-hour thing, normally it causes the pace of play to go up, but in this case, he's just going to do a bunch of stuff like that. So he's going to play the China card into Italy. Fascinating. Do I coup Laos, Cambodia at this point? I think I do. Do I do it with blockade? I guess I do. This, discard this, attempt to coup Laos, Cambodia. Get in there very strong, which is important. Sorry, text message. So that was an interesting start for him, I suppose. He can build into Africa. He'll go into France, which makes sense. Taking France early as the communist seems to be the good way to go about things, I guess. So I don't coup yet. I'll play this, and I'll play some influence here. And here, I guess. Lock down the Middle East slightly, hopefully, potentially. I would love for him to coup. As I said, he's kind of he plays differently from everyone else. I don't mean that in a bad way. They're just he does sort of different things that you wouldn't really, or I haven't been seeing. I've seen decolonization into Algeria before. It's because it gives you access to France, but I haven't seen it as a headline. Now he's going to destall, coup Iran and get a 5. Of course he does. Why would that not happen? So I'm going to coup back. And I get back, but I don't get control of it. So that means that I should probably play the Middle East scoring card as soon as possible. I also have to play Arab-Israeli. 5-year plan. Sure, why not? Marshall. Here, 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 and here. So this, we will trigger the event. Fails, which is huge. Place some influence into Pakistan. I have the China card because he gave it to me, so I'm fine doing that. So we have 2 turns left. We'll play Nasser and the Middle East scoring. Can Nasser help us in any which way? Not really. He'll get a bonus point out of the Middle East unless he starts spreading into it. Let's see. Independent Reds. Alright, cool. 1 score card. I guess I play it now, obviously, before Nasser happens. And then we got Nasser. With Nasser, I would probably well, I don't have to do that until I play the China card. So he hasn't played NORAD or anything yet, right? It's just been Marshall plan. Containment, so we get 2 points out of it. Trigger the event. Place influence here. And we could start spreading out that way, huh? There and there, I suppose. I don't think it's worth taking control of Canada at this point. Don't lose any victory points. Containment is lost to us, unfortunately. DEFCON goes up to 3. So we got the Asia scoring card. Truman is not worth playing. Special relationship. Is it worth it? This has been it's been a lot of turns in a row. I have no domination in Asia, which I will. So I'm not going to play that. So I guess... What do you do here? I guess I have to play special relationship, which sucks. Indo-Pakistani. Fail. 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 Go to Canada. Come on. Come on. Fail. That card always fails. There we go. Thank you. All right. I do have UN intervention. Okay. I can UN intervene somewhere. Play Suez. I want to play Suez as quickly as possible. Just go back into the UK. Because we have no influence in France. Red Scare Purge. He'll break Paki. No, we'll take those. Interesting. Alright, so we'll play this. Trigger the event. Like so. Take 2 out of the UK and 1 out of Israel. We'll put 1 back into the UK. And then we'll have 2 to do something else. So I'm going to place influence here. And here. And where else interesting? I could go back into Israel. Where else could I go? I guess into India. Just might as well take it while I can. I'd like him to play the Japan card first, and then South Korea. Let's see. Because I have Korean War, but he cannot... I don't want to play... I want to play Vietnam Revolts last, so he can't break into Thailand. And it gets rid of that stupid effect, which makes getting into Thailand easy. I made that mistake before playing it, and while I have control of Thailand, and he can break control so easily. So I'm not going to do that again. I could play Korean, and then just put them in to South Korea if it fails. All leading France is totally playable as well. There's no uncontrolled countries to make Truman worth playing. I have a 3 because blockade is still a possibility, or did I play it? I can't remember the game. I played it, so it's gone. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. We have 5-point domination in Asia, so I should probably play it. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, guy. Duck and cover. Okay. So what do I do at this point? I probably play this. I trigger that. Place influence. 1, 2. The last one. Where do I go with the last one? That's a good question. Is the Middle East scoring card? I can look at this. It's been played, yeah. And Europe has been played. South Korea, he'd need 1. He'd need to put 2 into there if I go in there. Yeah, I guess I might as well. See how it goes. See if he takes it. If he takes it, we can safely play Korean War. And do something else with that influence. Put it into Malaysia and block off Malaysia. For instance. We still have... Well, we got 6 points now. I have to double protect Pakistan and Thailand. I know that. This I know. So I might do that with the Korean War card, depending on what happens here. Cambridge 5. Puts influence into it. Okay, so I'll play the Korean War, trigger the event. Fails. Place influence here and here. Call it a day, overprotect them. Five-point lead there now. Can hold on to UN intervention potentially, which would be nice. Defectors will get played. He'll go into Malaysia. Sure. That knocked out my control. Of course it did. So I have to play something. So do I do the China card at this point? I guess I could. It's probably bad. I should have taken Malaysia. I'm going to play the China card now. Play some influence with it. One. Two. I guess I'd take Benelux. Take back the European domination from him. And after that, he'll have a little bit of work. He'll have to put 3 into somewhere to take control of something. And that would be tough for him. 3 in either the Philippines or Taiwan. Those would be the only places he can access, or he can try to break control of something. which is not particularly easy for him at this point. So that'll be alright. And then we'll play Asia scoring. Hopefully. See how it goes. I see we're driving around town. There we go, U.S. Mutual Defense Pact. He'll take Taiwan though. Although he'll move into Finland, which is an interesting decision. So I'll play this. Get some 6 points out of it. He protects against Finland, Finland, Finland. He has European domination again. Just need one more country. Those twos are very important. You can't forget about the twos. NORAD, nice. All the cards. Oh, he space raced it. That's too bad. Alright, so action round 6. This is my last action round. I will play this. Trigger the event, doesn't matter. Place influence. Into it's more like Denmark is not particularly great. Maybe Greece. There we go. Then I can headline Truman. That might be interesting.
So my country's purpose is to help us move out.
DEFCON goes up to 3. NATO, Formosan, CIA, god damn it. Asia scoring again. Red Scare.
The hopes of men, the souls of men everywhere can move forward toward peace and happiness and well-being.
I guess I headline Red Scare. I think you have to. It's too good of a card not to. Cambridge 5. You'll get to place influence into Asia, which is upsetting. It's the first time I think I've ever seen online that card actually work out. So what could he do? He could take Japan. Or not take it, he could put influence into it and break it. And then he could flip Thailand or something as well with it. So, there's that. So I guess I should have headlined Asia scoring, right? That would be the lesson that we've learned from this tale of woe. And let's see what he does first of all. What the hell did I do? Red Scare, that's right. So does that mean that knocks the China card down to 4? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it. That would be nice. That still means Thailand is at risk, or Pakistan, one of those two. Pakistan. Jesus, guy, come on. It's upsetting we got CIA created. I don't think I've had a situation yet. Well, he hasn't played Fidel either, so it doesn't really matter all that much. I haven't had a situation where that has really come back to haunt my Soviet opponents. Alright, he breaks that. He'll play the China card to... Interesting. It's a tough sell. So what do I want to do? I could coup. I guess I have to coup. Well, the cooing is good, right? So we'll attempt to coup in Iran. Put a pretty good one out of it. He only needs to put 3 into Japan to take it. That's pretty sloppy as well. I apologize. It's a Friday. It's a Friday afternoon. I mean, I guess I should waste my turn going back into Japan a little bit. That makes sense. I mean, it takes him 2 turns to flip Japan as the USSR, which is probably worth it, ultimately, I suppose, right? If he doesn't, I'll play Asia scoring, I suppose. See how that goes. And then Warsaw Pact. So we'll take Japan. No, he does not. Alright, so I'll do this. I'll place influence here. And Europe and the Middle East are possibilities. So how can I guess Jordan. Start spreading the news down there. I want to play Truman. I would have much rather headlined Truman though. He's gonna put it into Greece and I'm gonna be just pissed off about the whole thing. There's Middle East. So he gets a couple points. It's 3 points. Should I just take... No, I can't take Greece. So I will... play... He's not going to do anything in Asia, I don't think. So UN intervention. Play the event with decall. I will place influence... into Japan. Why not? See if he wastes a turn going over there for it. If he doesn't, play Truman, I guess. Take back Greece. Take back Greece, just like they say. We might win by timeout anyway. Maybe we should just start playing more quickly. Arab-Israeli War. He goes into there, sure. I'll play Truman. Take that out, go ahead. Like that. Got 2 turns left. 5 and 6, we'll play Asia and CIA, I guess. Put CIA back out there. He can't take Japan. I'll play the space race, I'll get some points out of it. No, he just puts influence in. Interesting. Asia scoring, we'll play it, get a point. Boom, it's his turn. We'll play CIA. I don't know what we'll do with it. Can't coup these places. Can't realign. I mean, I guess I could try to realign. I don't think that's worth it, though. Realign Algeria is not worth it. What happened to decolonization? Just in the discard? Or not decolonization, de-Stalinization. Does he have it? East European. Fails. It's just trying to shoot up the space race at this point. So place influence. We'll go into Costa Rica. Stay there for the mid-war. He loses 2 victory points. Red Scare. We've got the China card. The mid-war cards are now here. Turn 3. Alright. We have a lot of American cards and we have de-Stalinization. So, with the DEFCON being 3... I don't really want to play that yet. I'll hold on to the Voice of America. I think I placed a dot. Just headline that. It's probably the least useful of those. Cuts him off a little bit from getting over to Egypt again. I'll play Che. Just Costa Rica, which is a tough use of that card. Right? Yeah, it's just the Americas and Africa. Pretty sure. Yeah, Central America, South America, and Africa. He goes there. That's amazing. Alright. So... no more than 2 per country. Can't do anything else. You gotta hit done. What did he roll there for that to happen? 6. Yeah. Okay. Come on, dude. You got nothing else, buddy. So, let's see here. I could take Japan back. If it's worth it. Come on, dude. Oh, excuse me. Get some water. Get a beer. Good old-fashioned Budweiser, which I guess they're recalling American beer or something. They're gonna call it branded American or something like that. He'll take Panama? No, he'll go into Japan. Okay. Alright, okay. I mean, I guess I voice of America here, right? No, I want a coup first. I want a coup. And I'm going to coup with this, I think. Attempt a coup. In Algeria? Is that more valuable? Probably, right? Yeah, Mighty 3. That worked out. So we'll get Algeria. We'd like to get South Africa at some point. Hopefully we can play Voice of America now before he can coup back. I just don't want him spreading into the Americas, basically. We can now play Cultural Revolution for ops. We've lost Japan, potentially. Unless he does not move. Because I'd be fine Costa Rica and Japan. Although I don't know at this point. Maybe not. It's such a good card. You kind of have to play it. Voice of America. Because, I mean, I don't care about Angola. I would just potentially coup it one of these turns. Panama is protected. He could go into it, maybe. He's not under effect of anything, I don't think. I played Sadat. Alright. Coups, kind of a good hand. A good hand that doesn't really go anywhere, unfortunately. It's one of those situations, if you get too many good American event cards, you don't really want to play all of them. Panama Canal will be useful eventually. It would be useful now. As the Americans, you kind of have to play it as a not a headline, just because the Soviets could probably potentially coup you out of Venezuela, unless you find some way to get into those places a little bit easier. And he's thinking. He's thinking. But outside of that, nothing much. Has anyone, I was wondering if anyone bought the collector's edition of this game, the physical edition. It looks odd. I don't like the way the pieces look. I don't like the way they signify control as opposed to flipping the marker. It looks like you have to put another little icon on the thing, because the tiles for the Soviets and the Americans are just blue and red on, like the Americans are blue on both sides, so you can't flip the tile to designate control. That doesn't seem very good to me. That seems like a terrible decision. I don't know why they couldn't just paint the sides differently, but that's board game production for you. So I have not got that, obviously. I didn't feel the need to splurge, really. But if anyone does have it, let me know how it is. It looks nice that the chits are wood or whatever, but it's not anything particularly that I'm interested in getting. There's a cost like fall off point or something where components can get too nice. There's a point where they get too nice and it's not really worth it. He was actually thinking about what he was going to do there. So let's play Voice of America. Get him out of there. Out of there. Out of there. Confirm our decision. I don't know if that was smart, but that's what I did. So Japan is still available. South Africa. Waka Waka, Africa. We can. Formosion is not in effect. We can play Cultural Revolution. Ussuri. What happens here? I can take it back. That might be good to play as a headline next time. This is just de-stall for the Americans. which will get played. Or, yeah, decolonization, not destalinization. Can space race destall. Get rid of it for a long, long time. Which is very, very nice. But I've been actually reading a book about the Cold War. I got like it's called like a short introduction or something. I guess it's a series of short introductions. There's like 150 pages, all about the history of the Cold War, and it's pretty interesting. It's nice to see the words that I am familiar with from the game, and how it actually affected history and everything like that. Pretty interesting, pretty formative events, obviously. I mean, this game sort of teaches you all about that, but it had a lot of effects on pretty much everything that goes on in the world. Discard this. Discard Portuguese. Come on, discard this. And I don't even like kitchen debates, really. So I'll get rid of it and call it a die. My turn. What do I do here? Play this, play the event. Here, 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 and here, I think is a smart move. Break some controls. We could play Cultural Revolution, and then we can play Ussuri River Skirmish. To get both of those is pretty devastating. And get rid of them too. Hold on to nuclear subs. Space race destall. We got a lot we want to do. We only have 10 minutes left before he runs out of time, so he's gonna have to pick up the pace. Pick up the pace, bro. So I don't know if doing the half-hour games is worth it. I mean, you run into situations like this where this game is going to end artificially early. I would assume. Well, he's picking up the pace now, and he'll put influence back into those places. So we'll do this. Trigger the event. Place influence into South Africa and take it. Then we can play... What do I have? 5, 6, 7. 3 card plays left. So I could hold on to Panama. I could hold on to Ussuri and play it as a headline. Although you want to play something like nuclear subs in that case, don't you? We'll see. Middle East is not playable. Asia is not playable. Europe is playable. And he just has a point up on me at that point. In that position, rather. Maybe spread influence, like invade East Germany. Maybe I would do that on the last turn. Pope John Paul. He space raced it. Interesting. Success. So I will space race destall. Success! Got a point back. We now have 2 turns left. One, I will take the China card back, and then I will break control of East Germany, I think. Is the sensible way to go about this. Because it's not in the discard. Middle East and Asia are the only 2 in the discard. And I can do that, I think. So I'd break maybe East Germany and then break Angola. Maybe that makes sense. Hard to say. It's really the only other country. Can't get into Poland because he space raced that, unfortunately. Maybe South Korea, something like that. Summit. So this. So I'll play the event and take that back from him. There we go, and then it's his turn. And we are going to play Nuclear Test Ban. And start spreading the news. Maybe I'll just break... Well, it doesn't really matter. He's probably going to coup Panama, right? I would think, although there's a lot of African targets too. Romanian abdication. Takes Japan. Okay, so place influence here. Oops. Hit it one too many times. Place influence, don't play the event. There. And there. I think that's smart. I think that's the play right there. So he's going to be likely to have to not coup. Which would be great. Do I play We Will Bury You? Nixon plays the China card. Otherwise I receive it. Coups and Battlegrounds with that one. I can't play Junta yet. Do I play nuclear subs at this point? I guess so, right? I mean, I just have to remember I can't coup Quagmire. Okay. So his turn. He'll probably replace influence into East Germany, as it were. We can get rid of We Will Bury You, which is very nice. We can get rid of... After that, we kind of run out. Hopefully, We Will Bury You will be good enough. You got a 66% chance of getting rid of it, so that's not too bad. I could actually have couped with We Will Bury You, which is the unfortunate part there. So, do I do that? If he coups here... It would be a mistake if he coups, obviously, because then playing it will cause the DEFCON to go down. So, brain food. Food for thought, I guess. He's only got 5 minutes left. And, let's see. Come on, dude. ABM, excellent card. Allende. Be tough, I can't really afford to play that at this point. I need him to coup so I can play Panama Canal and go into Venezuela. And start spreading, although that's annoying to have to do at that point. Arms race. Just took some stuff. So this is the question. Do I do We Will Bury You? He will probably coup on the next one, right? Which will not make it bad. So I want to get rid of it. It fails. Of course it does. So that's why Quagmire sucks. So after that, we'll probably use Missile Envy. It's probably less useful than Junta at this point. Then we'll have to start digging into cards that are actually good, unfortunately. Maybe the time will run out before that happens. South American scoring is useless. Just can't play Allende first. I also couldn't do ABM treaty for the event with nuclear subs, which is something to think about, I suppose. Oh, and my opponent's taking some sweet time. Yeah, I don't know what video would be better to watch. I prefer watching quick action, I guess, over watching. I don't usually get too concerned about whether or not people are playing a game correctly. With all the stuff I watch, I really don't like. Hindsight's like 20/20, obviously, is the saying. Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't impact me really how sort of poorly people play. I'd rather the game move quickly, which is a problem with this game because I also don't want to go in and edit the time down in between the two things. So he's going to play Salt. I don't want to edit out bits where nothing happens. He goes up to 5. Take Decolonization. Play Missile Envy. Failure. I got another fucking 5, so that's brilliant. So now we're really just waiting for his time to run out, and that'll be it. Because we got stuck with a whole bunch of garbage in terms of rolls. For my next card, I'm going to discard Junta, I guess. Right? It's the only option. The only thing I can do, because I need the China card. I need to play the China card at this point and then play Nixon to get the China card back. Which is probably not an economical use of operations. So he's going to decall into Africa and split the difference there. Good job, buddy. Junta, fail probably. Oh, success. That's wonderful. There goes Quagmire. His turn again. He's got a bunch of places he can coup. Nuclear subs, I feel, comes back to bite you more times than it does. I mean, that was clearly not the optimal play for it, but I always feel it comes back to haunt you more than it actually comes back to help you. It's a card that makes... What is it called? What's the card? That thing that makes it go up to 5. Whatever that is. When the world stops worrying or whatever, it makes that card useful. It's like the only time it's ever useful. Drop the Defcon to 2. It makes Cuban Missile Crisis much better. It's very interesting. Why don't we just try some realignments? Whatever. Try here. Good for us. Here. Good for us. Here. No change. No change. Again, we're just kind of running out of time. USSR, we take that back. Brilliant. So another kind of sloppy game. It's unfortunate. I don't know. I guess I'll put these on YouTube. I don't know. Two pretty terrible games in a row. I did not play well. I don't think he played particularly well. Slow. He's got a minute to decide what he wants to do. We could just play a sort of blitzkrieg to the end here, I suppose, and see how that goes. I can now play Panama. Can now return safely, which is nice. But yeah, he's just gonna think. He's gonna think about how he's going to spend the next minute of his life, making us all think about that. So I apologize for these past 2 videos. They haven't been good. I'll go back to an hour, I guess. I was talking a big game, but it really isn't worth it. He's gonna play that. Good for him. This place influence here, 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 and here. Whatever. And then I'm gonna play Panama Canal returned. Gotta play Nixon. Gotta play South American scoring. This is too bad. We had such potential. He didn't de-stall into South America anyway, so one small step. Coups, good for him. We'll play this. Good for us. No points. Head back to him. Time is ticking away for him. Do. Last turn of the round, 5. So yeah, that looks like it's gonna run out for the rest of us, and that's too bad. I apologize for the quality of those 2 videos again. I'll probably take a break for a couple days and then come back and maybe play some more. We are headed away for the weekend, so that'll be nice. Refresh myself, get out of the usual funk of work and all that jazz, even though it is just the weekend. But when you crossing a state line for some reason makes you feel like you're really accomplishing something with your day. When you do some interstate travel, it all makes it worth it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Game over. It does not just end. Interesting. He's got a second somehow. 5-year plan. Gets rid of shuttle diplomacy. Whatever. Don't play this. End of turn. Lose 2 points. Salt negotiations goes away. Cuban goes away. There we go. I guess he's got all the time in the world here. There we go. We win. All right. So apologize for that. That was kind of a crappy little video, but it's more Twilight Struggle, and that's always a good thing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.